The Nordic Coven is a whole new concept in Underworld 5.
We wanted to take the story to a new coven.
The Eastern Coven and the Northern Coven are really opposites.
It was very interesting going back to a world where you've already explored, but reintroducing yourself to a whole bunch of new characters and a whole new concept.
Follow me. These characters are so enticing, and it really transports you to another world.
When you find David and Thomas again, they're trying to find safe passage, essentially, and they've gone to the east.
'Tis said that the Western Coven was utterly destroyed.
Yes, it was.
It's a blessing you escaped with your life.
Well, many did not.
Charles played a significant role in Underworld 4, and it's wonderful to have him back. When you watch the dailies or you watch scenes that he's in, you realize why he's been a leading man for 40 years.
I think Thomas, he's a well-respected elder, father of David, a father figure in the coven, really. I lost so much during this war. And believe me, I am haunted still by all those I failed. And we learn a little about an episode in his past.
You were very fond of Emilia, if I remember.
You must go north, far north, Vardor.
David is more the reluctant hero because he, as somebody who really usually turned his back to coven and responsibility in a way.
Do you know who this is?
Yes. But it was we who betrayed her, Father. David, he's a less traditional vampire. He doesn't believe in some of the old ways.
Father and son united in treason.
He's also a bit of a rebel, and through the film, he kind of discovers a little bit more about his origins and where he came from, and thus what he has to lose.
His father sends him to the north, not only to find sanctuary for Selene, but as well to find answers.
David.
For David to realize suddenly that he is actually the son of an elder makes him the rightful heir to the Eastern Coven, which gives him the responsibility to protect and lead.
Thomas knew that one day he would be beset by enemies on both sides, and he was right.
I think the Northern Coven, and Vidar being the leader of them, just decided they want to live in a peaceful way. They want to remove themselves from the war.
We come seeking sanctuary, not to fight.
You've come to the right place.
I picture Vidar like a guy that once was a bit of a warrior, but now he has sort of retired to this kingdom of his, and he's living in peace with his daughter Lena and his people, the northern vampires, who are of the friendly sort.
Our coven doesn't receive many guests by design. We do as we wish, not as others would have us do.
And what of the Lycans?
We are too far removed for them to take notice, and even if they did, our climate is quite an obstacle to warm bloods.
There is a strong difference between the Eastern and the Nordic Coven, not only aesthetically, but actually the energy that you get from both of the places. And the Nordic has this more tranquil feel about it. There's not fighting and violence. It's a lot more to do with sort of the studies of their tradition and deepening their knowledge.
This has been a coven that's been living almost autonomously for hundreds and hundreds of years. It's never had anything to do with the war on the Lycans. And as a result, they've become sort of ascetic, monk-like in their practices.
Come.
What is this?
Valisa, the in-between place.
Is she dead?
No. She took a poison, which allows her to visit the sacred world.
Lena is something like a seer, and this whole other world is kind of a bit of a mystery, and Lena tells us she's traveled back and forth.
Lena, I think, has this ability to be actually quite connected to people and accepting, and I'm very fortunate in the sense that I get to really explore the spiritual elements, which touches some of the other characters as well along the way.
I wanted to have the Northern Coven have their own language, and I didn't want to just make something up, so we found the language of Sami, which is very north of Lapland. There's only very few people that still speak that original language. So there is this mystery of, okay, this is another world and another language as well.
Praise the life that has left.
War has followed you here.
Protect your own.
There seems to be an unlimited amount of mileage in anything to do with vampires. It just goes on and on and on, rather like the creatures themselves. It's nice to do a bit of swashbuckling, especially at my age, and it was great fun to do.
I was 7 weeks out of drama school, and I had the audition. I feel very lucky that this is my first ever job, so let alone my first ever film. They have such a great legacy of fantastic British actors, so I just was really excited that I was able to sort of be a part of the next generation.